Okay, so mate, let's make a smoky dress with shoulders, not the usual ones without shoulder. So I'm going to cut normally the way you cut your dress, but I'm going to be adding excess of 5 inches to the shoulders, to the armhole area, to the bust and under bust, because that's where it's going to stop. I mean, the shoulders are in excess, added 5 inches to it, okay? And then to the other parts of the measurements, the neckline is 4 inches by 4 inches, okay? 4 by 4 inches. I didn't add much to it. The same measurement goes to the back. The measurements are just the same. The back does not have zipper allowance. Everything is just the same. Okay, the difference in normal cotton is that 5 inches was added in all, in every part. The smoke dress, the smoky part stopped at the underbust. So coming towards to the lower part, I had to slant it to make something that looks like a flake. Okay, so while you're cutting yours to whatever measurement that you have, you're going to be adding 5 inches. Now the length of the armhole is just the same, the normal measurements, no addition. We're talking about the horizontal measurements. Okay, I hope someone understands what we're talking about here. This is smoky dress with shoulders. Now to begin, I have my elastic thread and I have my bobbin case. So I'm going to use my hand to reel the elastic thread on the bobbin. Okay, I'm using my hand to reel it. This is not something you do on the machine. The elastic thread is only going to be on the bobbin case, right? While your normal thread is on the spool pin where it's supposed to be. So I will take, sorry, on the bobbin, then the bobbin case is what I'm holding. I reeled the elastic thread on on the bobbin. Now the bobbin case, I'm going to lose the knot to make it loose. This will make it possible for the elastic thread to pass through. So I will lose the bobbin case, which is also known as the shuttle. Okay, I will lose the knot, but don't let the knot to fall off because it's too tiny. So once you insert the bobbin into it, you fix it back. Okay, then bring it out as usual, just the normal way you begin to sew when you're ready to sew. Now this is the dress. The procedure is that I joined the shoulders first, then use bias to finish up the neckline before I started sewing. Okay, I've not joined the sides, only the shoulders and the neckline. You have to do this before you start sewing, because after sewing it might be difficult for you to continue. So once you do this, all you have to do is to keep on sewing, and as you sew, make sure you use your hand to draw the fabric. If you don't draw it, it might not really gather so well for you. Okay, and just draw it as you're sewing, both from the back and from the front. But don't pull or drag so much. Just make sure you expand the dress so much, because as you're sewing, it's squeezing, it's becoming smaller. So you have to expand it for it to gather so well for you. Then on the part of tightening on the machine, you need to keep that part a bit loose, okay, so that it equally helps it to gather so well. So I hope you get the point here. This is all I'm going to be doing from one end to another, from one end to another. You can give a space of 0.25, 0.5, depending on how you want it to look. Okay, depending on how you want it to look, either too tiny or have a bit space. So I'm just going to be doing this from one end to the other until I get to the point that I want, both front and back. This is not just an easy ride because if you're using this manual machine, your leg is just going to pain you. Of course, there is no light in Nigeria. So, and we can't continue to wait for it. So I just have to make use of this, and gradually we're going to come to the end of it. And once you come to the end of it, all you have to do is to close the sides, and that will be it. Close the sides and everything will just come out so beautiful. Of course, it's going to be smaller than your measurements, but since it's elastic, once you wear it, once you expand it, it's going to expand even more than your actual measurement. Okay, so I hope you find this so useful. I hope you're going to try it and look at the beauty that we have here. Thank you for watching. Bye.